Hi, I'm Alice Roach, and I am a Senior Research Associate in the Division of Applied Social Sciences at the University of Missouri, and I'm here today to talk about Missouri Ag Intel. Missouri Ag Intel is an online resource that shares a series of 5 decision tools that were developed and supported by the University of Missouri. Those 5 decision tools help producers understand the nuts and bolts of what's required to produce, market, and manage a variety of crops that they may consider adding to their operations. So you can access Missouri Ag Intel at agintel.missouri.edu. And today I'll give you an introduction to the 5 decision tools that are part of the platform. So to get started, when you get to the homepage of Missouri Ag Intel, you can click the What Should I Grow tool as a place to start. The What Should I Grow tool's purpose is to really help you get sort of a gut check about whether or not a particular crop that may interest you would be a good fit for your operation. So when you open the home screen here for the What Should I Grow tool, you'll see that we've developed questions for a variety of crops. So for each crop, we have 5 questions that are developed that are really meant to share the top considerations that we think are important factors that you should take account of before you invest in some sort of a new crop. So this set of questions is for apples. So what you do is you go through each of the questions, assuming that we're interested in apple production, and you answer them as yes or no. After you've answered the questions to the best of your ability, you click Calculate Your Score, and then the tool will auto-load a score on a scale from 0 to 100. So you can interpret the score as follows. If you have a score that's closer to a 0, then that means that the crop may not be the best fit for your operation. If you have a score that's closer to 100, then that means that that crop could be a potential fit for your operation. We still encourage you to do extra research, regardless of whether your score is close to 0 or close to 100, in order for you to make the most informed choice about whether a crop is a good fit for your operation. But again, this is a good place to start to see whether you feel like you would want to invest more effort in doing further due diligence before you go forth and adopt a new crop. So again, it's meant to provide you with that sort of gut check about whether a crop could be a good fit for your farm. The second tool that I wanted to highlight is the crop suitability maps. So it's this green button that you can access on the homepage. And the crop suitability maps intends to share whether the farm that you have has the agronomic resources that would be required to successfully produce a given crop. So to get started, you first choose the crop that interests you from the menu here on the left-hand side of the screen. So let's assume that we're interested in blueberry production. When you click blueberries, you'll see that there is a map that loads toward the middle of the screen, and this map is shaded. And if you refer to the key here, or the legend, you can see that the shading indicates different levels of suitability. So what that means is that for northern Missouri here, we can see that a lot of area is moderately suitable for blueberry production. In central Missouri, we have moderate and suitable growing conditions. And here in the south, we have more consistently suitable production areas and highly suitable production areas for blueberry production. So what we can do with this information is decide whether our particular growing location, by finding it on the map here, or even drilling down and finding your county, and then I'm kind of zooming in on your county to find your farm location, is that you can, again, sort of get a sense for whether your farm has the agronomic resources that a crop would require in order to perform well. The third decision tool that I want to share with you is the food market evaluation tool. And its purpose is to help you understand local market opportunities. So to get started, you'll want to load the map room. And you can either enter your address here and the map will snap to your location, or you can close out of that dialog box and you could click your farm location on the map. So let's assume that we're looking for a location in Columbia. Our farm's located near Columbia, so we can click on Columbia. And then we have a customized local food market report that will load in a new window. What this local food market report does is it highlights market analysis information. So those are potential buyers. It shares information for end users and consumers in terms of population and those types of factors. It also shares potential venues for you to sell your products. So farmers markets, produce auctions, and other potential buyers. So you can get a sense of where you might be able to sell given products in that market analysis piece. The demographic analysis shares household income data for the residents who are near your production location or the location you selected on the map. And this household income data can be helpful to help you gauge the purchasing power of nearby consumers and whether that purchasing power would support you offering the given product or service that you have in mind. And the competitive analysis intends to help you gauge what's happening in the competitive landscape so you can assess whether you can carve out a unique position for yourself in the marketplace. So that's a basic introduction to the food market evaluation tool. If we go back to our homepage, we can access the fourth decision tool, which is called Assessor Management Capabilities. And the purpose of this tool is to help us sort of understand our strengths and weaknesses by doing a self-assessment of our management capabilities. So it's built as a survey, a management assessment is. And so you can first click what kind of crops you're growing. So let's assume we're growing specialty crops. And then you'll see a series of statements load. And what you want to do is you want to assess yourself on these various factors by using the slider here to indicate the extent to which you agree or disagree with the certain statements. So you'll want to work through and answer each of these questions. After you've completed answering the questions, you'll push submit. And then you'll see different scores load. So we've looked at production management, financial management, labor management, sales management, and marketing management capabilities in the prompts that were on the previous screen. Any area where you have a score less than 35 will be highlighted. And those are areas where you may benefit from brushing up on your management skills. And so we've also provided tips and training files here at the bottom of the page, which will give you ideas about how you can go about strengthening these different skill areas so you can improve your management capabilities. The last tool then within the Missouri Ag Intel platform is the Alternative Agriculture Resource Guide. And the resource guide provides a set of written resources that you can use to learn more about the crops that we have inputted into the decision tool. So for each crop, we have an agronomy guide, a machinery and equipment guide, and a resources guide at a minimum. So you can click through here and see in a written format, more information about what it takes to be successful with producing these crops that we have inputted into the tool. So with that, that's a basic introduction to Missouri Ag Intel. Again, you can access this site at agintel.missouri.edu. We hope you enjoyed. Thank you.